All creatures great and small, all things God made them all. Things bright and beautiful, each little flower that opens, each little blessing. Did you hear that?
When desire overtakes reason, the human mind can unleash deadly obsession. These are true stories told by the victims.
I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Most people know us as Mormon. My faith at that time was strong. It was the foundation for me to feel safe and to feel happiness, knowing that there were good things in store for me because I had a Father in heaven who loved me and wanted more for me.
Praise be to Christ. Let us offer one another a sign of peace.
At the time, my dad was what is called a bishop in our church. My dad was an amazing man.
Everybody who read today, and who
He was kind of the rock of our family.
go in peace to love and serve the Lord. In the name of Christ, amen.
At 18, I thought I was strong. I was at that age, I felt invincible, like most teenagers do. I felt like nothing could ever hurt me, nothing could ever touch me, nothing could ever make me feel unsafe.
Someone call 911!
I did think I was going to die.
Please, please, God.
Call 911!
I asked God for a miracle. And I remember just saying, I need you to bless me and to let me live. And I remember promising him that I would do whatever he needed me to do. That I would be his disciple for the rest of my life. I remember saying a silent prayer, just thanking God that he'd given me that, just that much, even though I didn't know what the future held.
Shh, no, don't try to talk. You gave us quite a scare.
I just promised him that I would never deviate from this gift that he had given me, which was life.
They found a tumor in your brain, and they had to operate. Oh, honey, I thought...
You're gonna be fine. Just rest now. Everything's gonna be all right. Isn't that right there? Yeah, that's right.
We just sighed a sense of relief, just, okay, well, we're through that. Now what's next?
I got it.
I was laying on the couch when the doorbell rang.
Hey there. Thank you for coming. Just come this way. Jen, there's someone here to see you.
And it was an effort for me to get up because I still felt very weak. I still felt dizzy.
Come this way.
That's when I saw him.
This is Bill. He's one of my guys.
My dad worked with ex-convicts coming out of the prison system to try to help them reestablish a life in the real world.
Bill's got some cards for you from everyone at the church.
The hope was that these convicts would feel that someone was giving them a second chance, that they had the opportunity to change and to do better. I love people. I love everyone. I don't see the bad in people. I still don't see the bad in people. I see the good. That's just my nature.
It's okay.
Jennifer, get well soon.
Thank you so much.
I hug people all the time. Just giving them a handshake isn't the same as giving them a hug. I look back now, and that hug changed my life.
Anything for me?
Sure is.
Thanks. That's sweet. It's from Bill, Dad's convict.
Don't call him that.
They're all from him. Weird. I guess he thought the more cards he sends, the better the wishes, right? Or he stole a handful.
Jennifer. You want a glass of milk?
Thanks, Mom.
About a week later, the same thing happened again, and I got more cards in the mail. I think the cards were just a way for him to reach out and feel like he was doing something productive. And so I felt sorry for him. Bill's cards kept coming and coming.
I don't get it. It's weird.
He's just trying to do the right thing.
I'm not so sure. You remember when he came to visit that first time when Jen came out of the hospital and she hugged him? He got this look on his face like nobody had ever touched him like that before. I gotta say, it was kind of scary.
He's just a little awkward. He's not used to being around normal people, that's all. He's a good man. He means well.
He's been in jail. How good can he be?
Sure, he stole things. He had a drug problem, but he's clean now. He needs help. Even on the cross, Jesus forgave the thief crucified next to him. It's people judging him like that will stop him from being able to move on. You know the value of a second chance better than anyone.
Sorry, Dad.
I'm sure you're right. It's for you.
It's my graduation photos.
Oh, show me. You look fantastic.
I remember feeling really impressed. Like, wow, I look really good. Like, I was just really happy to be graduating.
We should send these out to everyone.
Yeah.
So, there is Aunt May, Aunt Prudence, and Uncle Frank. P. What about Sarah and Jimmy at the church?
And John and Martha.
What about Bill?
Really?
Well, he did send all those cards. It would be a nice thing to do. Make him feel like he's one of us.
It's up to you, sweetheart.
I look back now at that picture and I think, little did that girl know what she was about to go through and that her life would change forever. At this point, I wasn't opening the cards anymore. I didn't want to.
Hey.
Give me that.
I just remember the absolute fear that ran through my spine, just my whole body. I'm glad you're mine. Can I keep you forever? Thinking of those words, can I keep you forever? It felt like a trap. My dad worked with ex-convicts.
This is Bill. He's one of my guys.
That hug changed my life.
Weird. They're all from him.
Bill's cards kept coming and coming. I'm glad you're mine. Can I keep you forever? At this point, Bill hadn't tried anything, but those words were chilling.
Jen and Bill sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Go to your room!
I think it was shocking for my dad. It was just bewilderment, frustration. You know, we've done so much to help him. Why is he doing this?
I'll talk to him. It's just a misunderstanding.
I started to feel the intense guilt and the fear. Those words, can I keep you forever? Just what did that hug do? What have I done? What have I caused to my family? What am I gonna have to deal with now? Church was something that bonded us together as a family. It was very safe. I never felt vulnerable. When we came in, Bill was already sitting in our bench. It felt like he was undressing me with his eyes. I have never, ever, ever, even as a grown woman, had a man look at me so intimately. It just made my whole body feel so dirty. Just to think that a man who potentially could have daughters or even granddaughters at that age could be lusting after and obsessing over someone so young.
Sweetie.
I felt like no matter where I went, I couldn't get away from that glare. The way he looked at me was as if he had locked onto something and wasn't going to let go. The church that my family and I had spent hours every week together in, that was a safe place for me, had suddenly become some place that was not.
What's wrong?
Please, Dad, tell him to leave me alone.
All right, stay here. I'll take care of it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Bill, can I have a word?
Certainly.
I'm sorry, would you mind? Thank you for coming. Bill, about the cards.
Hey, how is Jennifer? She feeling better? Sure looks good.
I want you to stop sending them.
And the tree shall be known by its fruit. Good tree giveth good fruit. You're a good tree, Matthew.
Bill, listen. I need you to stay away from my daughter.
I would never go against the will of the Lord, Bishop.
Thank you, Bill. Come on, sweetheart.
We kind of hoped that that was the end of it.
Bye.
After my dad spoke to Bill, the cards stopped. I allowed myself to think, maybe it's over.
Check it out.
Bill had created shrines in his home that had stuffed animals, porcelain dolls with my picture. It was like an offering. Like, if you come and you stay with me, then all of this is yours. These pictures, they were the same dolls and bears that were in my bedroom. He had been spying on me through my window. It made me feel so vulnerable. It made me feel naked, as if he had seen everything. And even though I told God I would go through anything that he asked me to go through. I didn't know how much more I could handle feeling like an object and not like a person who had just survived cancer.
Bill? I thought you were gonna stop sending things.
It's not really your concern.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Jennifer sent that picture to me. To me. We're gonna be together.
No, she's only 18.
Old enough.
You stay away from her.
Why? What are you gonna do? Sweetness.
You stay away from her.
What's going on?
This man is obsessed with my daughter.
Bill? It's a misunderstanding.
Frank, I'm not gonna make something like this up.
Still, the house of the Lord is for everyone.
You stay away from her. Stay away.
I'm sorry about that.
They saw him as just a sweet, simple man
You okay now?
who could not in any way carry out something like what we saw happen.
Jen?
The front of the card read, "Will you marry me?" And inside, "I love you forever, Bill."
Sweetie?
I started to feel lightheaded, and I knew something was wrong.
Jen!
He had been spying on me.
This man is obsessed with my daughter.
I didn't know how much more I could handle. The card read, "Will you marry me? I love you forever, Bill."
Sweetie? Jen! Jen, sweetie! Sweetie, you okay? Jen? Jen? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Does your head hurt?
No. It was seeing that.
I know.
I still felt a lot of pain from my physical situation, a lot of confusion, a lot of nausea.
I'm scared, Mom. What's he gonna do next?
We have kept everything, okay? We are going to be able to get a restraining order, and he will have to stop.
I knew that he was plotting something. I knew it. It was so deep in my soul.
sorry I have to do this, Bill. This is an official document. You have to stay away from my daughter now, do you understand?
It was actually my dad who served Bill with the restraining order. It meant a lot to me.
You cannot write to her, send things to her, see her, anything. And, you're gonna have to find another place to worship, too. I trusted you, Bill. I brought you into our home.
I knew that the restraining order was just a piece of paper to Bill. I knew that he had a mission and that his end goal was me. And so I knew that it wouldn't stop him. The restraining order very well could have made him angry, and it could potentially be the thing that caused his mental break. It made me feel like, will this escalate things? And now that he couldn't physically be within feet of me, I knew that the obsession was growing. I could just feel it. It's such a violating feeling to know that you are one person's target and that you can't eat, sleep, shower, do anything without them obsessing and thinking about what you're doing and watching you. I remember having nightmares every night. I would just lay, not being able to move. The fear was so terrifying. Death would have been easier for me than having to be raped by someone who was so dark and so disgusting to me. Those nightmares were prevalent. I still have them. I was taking a couple classes at the community college in my town, trying to get my mind off of things. One night I was coming out of my economics class. It may sound weird, but I could just feel someone watching me. And the look he had on his face was one of, "You're mine." It was determination. I just remember sort of collapsing into my friend and just crying and sobbing. I was very fearful, but I knew because of the restraining order that I could call the police and they would take action on Bill.
Well, they've charged him with breaking the restraining order, but they haven't been able to keep him locked up. He's out on bail.
So he's still out there. And I've just got to wait till he actually gets me.
I won't let that happen.
What can you do? You haven't been able to do anything.
I felt like it would be easy for him to break into my home because he was an ex-convict, because he had had petty theft in his past. It was a very scary thought.
All creatures great and small, all things God made them all. Things bright and beautiful, each little flower that opens, each little dancing. Did you hear it?
I had a very distinct feeling that he was in my home. I was just so terrified that he would be in there and that he would be able to do something to me to make me quiet so that he could take me. And there was a hand coming through the window.
Open the door! Is it okay? Hey, it's all right. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be all right.
The police let us know that there was nothing they could do until there was more evidence. I wish they would have said, we'll park someone out front and we'll have 24-hour watch, but that wasn't something that they offered. Nor did I think that they thought it was that serious. I felt extreme guilt. He very well could have hurt my sister to get to me. I remember just crying. I actually felt like, should I just give in? Do I just let him have me to make this stop?
Okay. I'm here. You can take me.
Leave my family alone. Just take me. I just cried and cried and cried and thought, I am alone. I am completely alone. Nobody understands this. And then I remembered that very conversation I had with my Father in heaven, where I promised him that if he let me live, I would endure whatever trial he gave me. And I would not just endure it, but I would endure it well.
No, Bill.
I'm not gonna let you win. You're not gonna win. You can't have the same joy in your heart that I have.
You could go straight to hell.
It had to end somewhere. I just knew it.
Jen, where are you going?
Let me go! Jen, sweetie.
This ends now. Stay in the car.
In the front yard, he had created hearts out of concrete that had my name on them. JENNIFER, through all of these hearts. I was just so completely terrified.
Go wait in the car.
Bill was screaming that he was going to kill my father.
I do not understand.
He had a machete.
Run! You can't run, but you can't hide, Bishop. She's my princess, and a prince is waiting. We will die on these streets in an everlasting kiss. You can't run.
He wanted to kill my dad, and he had every intention of taking his life that day. Bill was arrested, and they questioned him, and they were able to get a warrant to search his home.
Sir, you want to check this out?
Bill had blown the photograph up multiple times. He'd created shrines, put dolls and animals and candles around them. Inside the home, he had dug out a basement with his bare hands and shovels and had concreted that basement He had soundproofed it, along with all of the other windows in his home, where there was no possible way for whoever was inside that room to get out. They actually called it the Silence of the Lambs case, because it was essentially a pit for him to put me into. It was a place for him to hold someone where no one could hear their screams. His reality in every sense of the word was my nightmare.
In 2001, Bill Elmer was found guilty of 2 charges of stalking and 1 charge of threatening or intimidating behavior. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison and life on parole.
He took away part of my innocence, part of my youth, part of my trust and my ability to trust other people. And that's something that he has taken potentially away from me forever. How can they only give him 2 years of prison time?
All creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made.
But I was no longer a victim of stalking. I was a survivor, both of cancer and of this event. And I was proud of myself. I am a strong woman who has been stalked by a man who is unhealthy, but I'm not gonna let this change my life. I'm not gonna let this break me down. Aside from conquering cancer, that was the second most victorious moment of my life. I've beat this giant. I am David and he is Goliath. He's gone, he can't hurt me anymore. And that was just such a victorious moment for me and for my family. And I'll never forget it. I walked away feeling like I had my whole life in front of me.
Bill never contacted Jennifer again. He died in 2007.
There was an absolute sense of relief after finding out that he had passed away, that I felt freedom. He can never touch me. He can never hurt me. He is gone forever. I will never have to think about him again.